Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your space of awakening. I'm Cynthia, and today we're stepping together into a truth that is as ancient as it is powerful. The words we speak shape the world we live in. Every word, every phrase, every sentence carries vibration, energy, and intention, whether we realize it or not. Just like the wind moves through the trees or the river responds to the pull of the moon, our words ripple through our lives subtly and sometimes profoundly, shaping our existence. Think for a moment about a time you spoke something, maybe a hope, a fear, or even a casual remark, and then noticed how it began to unfold in your life. Perhaps you said, "I can't do this," and suddenly every step forward felt heavier. Or maybe you whispered, "I am ready," and doors began to appear where you hadn't even been looking. That is the invisible yet undeniable power of speech. Your words are not empty, they are seeds. And like seeds, what you plant will eventually grow. I know this because I've lived it. There was a season in my life when I didn't fully recognize the weight of what I was saying to myself and others. I replayed old doubts in my mind, criticized my choices, and whispered fears into my own heart. And without realizing it, I watched opportunities drift by, relationships falter, and my sense of possibility shrink. It wasn't that life was against me. It was that the language I was using was shaping the reality I was living in. But there's good news. If words have the power to create limitation, they also have the power to transform. They can heal old wounds, open doors of opportunity, and align us with our truest path. And that's what today's lesson is all about. Understanding how the words we speak, both inwardly and outwardly, can be consciously guided to shape the life that we want to live. To do this, we'll be weaving together the wisdom of 4 teachers who have profoundly changed the way I view life and creation. Florence Scovel Shinn, Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill, and Dr. Joe Dispenza. Each brings a unique doorway into the same truth. We are not passive observers of life. We are co-creators. Florence reminds us that words are sacred tools. Neville shows us that what we imagine and speak inwardly manifests outwardly. Napoleon teaches us the practical discipline of autosuggestion, and Dr. Dispenza gives us the science behind how our words, emotions, and thoughts shape our brain, body, and energy. And because this is Discover Your Dreamz, I want to make this teaching grounded and real. We'll explore practical steps, journaling prompts, affirmations, and small experiments you can do today, right in your own life, to begin consciously shaping your reality with words. I'll also share stories from my own journey, moments when shifting my language changed everything from relationships to self-confidence, and how nature often mirrors the process. Seeds planted in fertile soil take time, attention, and care, yet with patience, they bloom into something magnificent. Before we begin, I invite you to take a slow breath and tune into this moment. Maybe you're sitting in a quiet corner of your home, maybe outside among the trees, or perhaps in a space where the hum of life surrounds you. Wherever you are, notice your body, your heart, and the rhythm of your thoughts. Consider this an invitation to observe, not judge, the language that you've been using in your own life. Which words have you been nourishing? Which have you been limiting? Today we'll explore how to plant new words of power, faith, and possibility. Words that nourish your inner garden, elevate your emotions, and align your energy with the life you're dreaming of. And as we journey together, I encourage you to open your heart to possibility. This is not a lecture, not a set of rules. This is a conversation, a reflection, and a practice. A moment to remember that every word you speak, inside or out, is an opportunity to co-create the life you truly desire. So let's take this journey together, dreamers. Let's explore the sacred and practical power of speech and step into the truth that our words don't just tell our story, they create it. When I first returned to Florence Scovel Shinn's work, I felt like I was meeting an old friend. One whose wisdom I had known, but only now was truly ready to understand. Her words carry a clarity and warmth that feel both timeless and alive. She often said, "Your word is your wand." And the deeper I've reflected on this, the more I realized how literally true it is. Every word we speak is a tool of creation. It shapes not only your inner world, but also the reality we experience. Florence understood that life is not a battle to be fought, but a divine game to be played. A dance of consciousness where our words, like wands, can either bless or curse, nurture or restrict. She taught that affirmations are not magic tricks or empty phrases, they are declarations of faith in the unseen. By speaking words of truth, love, and power, we set in motion forces that bring alignment to our desires. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. I once worked with a client, a woman I'll call Margaret, who had struggled with self-doubt for decades. Every time she spoke about her career or her relationships, her language was filled with limitation. I don't think I can. I'm not sure they'll accept me. It never works out for me. Over time, she began to notice that the words she spoke were creating a feedback loop, a self-fulfilling prophecy that kept her stuck. We introduced a practice inspired by Florence, speaking affirmations of faith, spoken as if already true. Margaret began saying, "I am worthy of love and success. I am guided and supported in every step I take." She repeated them aloud every morning and evening with feeling, visualizing what it felt like to be fully confident and supported. Within weeks, she noticed subtle shifts. Opportunities appeared. People responded differently to her. And her own sense of confidence, it began to rise. The words themselves were not magic, but the faith and energy behind them were transformative. Florence also emphasized the importance of no negative words about yourself or others. She recognized that when we speak negatively, we create resistance. Imagine your words as seed being sown in the soil of your life. When you plant seeds of fear, doubt, or resentment, the garden that grows will reflect those patterns. When you plant seeds of faith, gratitude, and love, you cultivate a life that mirrors that energy. Here is a simple practice that I use daily, rooted in her teachings. Each morning, I walk outside into nature, sometimes near the river, sometimes in the quiet of my garden, and speak aloud 3 affirmations for the day. I feel the wind on my face, notice the rhythm of the earth beneath my feet, and allow the words to resonate throughout my body. It's grounding, it's powerful, and it connects me to the natural flow of creation. Even a simple statement like, "I am open to receive the good that surrounds me," can shift the energy for the entire day. Florence also taught about the importance of visualization paired with speech. When you speak your word, see it in action. Don't just say, "I'm healthy." Imagine yourself moving with vitality, feeling the strength of your body, enjoying your life fully. Don't just say, "I am prosperous." Envision the abundance, tangible, alive, and flowing to you. Your words become the command, your visualization, the proof, and your feeling, the fuel. And here's a subtle yet profound point Florence emphasized. Sometimes you won't know the exact path, the how of your desires, and you don't have to. Faith and the spoken word work together to create the path. You simply declare your intention, live in the expectation of its fulfillment, and watch as doors open in alignment with your spoken words. Life itself begins to respond like a river flowing the natural course you've outlined through your language and energy. To make this practical today, I want to offer a simple exercise. Take a moment to sit quietly, close your eyes, and breathe. Reflect on one area of your life where you desire more alignment, joy, or success. Speak aloud a single affirmative statement about that area, phrasing it as if it were already true. For example, "I am confident and capable in my work." "I attract love and kindness into my life." "I am in perfect health and full of energy." Say it with feeling. Imagine the reality as fully present. Visualize the scenes, the people, the experiences that reflect that truth. Repeat it 3 times, and then notice how your body feels, how your energy shifts. I encourage you to carry this practice into your day. Speak your word consciously. Speak your dreams into existence. Watch how your life begins to reflect the energy of your speech. Remember, Florence's wisdom is simple but profound. Your words are more than communication. They are creation. They are tools, wands, and seeds. They are the bridge between imagination and reality, between thought and manifestation. When spoken with faith, love, and clarity, they shape not only your inner world, but the outer world in ways both subtle and profound. If Florence Scovel Shinn teaches us that words are sacred tools, wands that shape our world, then Neville Goddard shows us the source of those words, our imagination. For Neville, the outer world is simply a reflection of our inner speech, the conversations we hold within ourselves. He often said, "Your outer world is your inner speech made visible." Every word you whisper to yourself, every story you replay in your mind, eventually takes form in your life. I first encountered Neville at a time when I felt stuck in old patterns, repeating the same fears, self-judgments, and doubts that had me held back for years. One of the things that struck me most was how vividly he emphasized living in the end of your desired reality. Not imagining the steps, not worrying about how it will happen, but imagining the end result as if it were already true. That's the power of inner speech. The words we say to ourselves in our minds, combined with feeling and faith, create our future. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. A dear friend of mine, let's call her Julia, had struggled with the idea of moving to a new city and starting over. She kept repeating in her mind, "I'm not sure I can do it. I'll fail. What if it's too hard?" Every morning she would wake up and replay those words. Each day, the fear felt heavier and more real. Together, we began a practice inspired by Neville. She would take a few minutes every morning, close her eyes, and imagine herself already living in the city she longed to move to. She pictured herself walking through her favorite cafe, waving to neighbors she knew, feeling at home in her apartment. She paired each image with an inner phrase spoken as if it were true. "I am at home. I am supported. I belong here." Over time, her inner conversation began to shift. The fear didn't disappear overnight, but she began to notice opportunities she had never seen before. A chance encounter with a friend who could guide her, a new job opening perfectly aligned with her skills. The inner speech had reshaped her perception, and that reshaped her outer reality. Neville's teaching remind us that the words we speak silently to ourselves are not passive thoughts. They are active, creative forces. Every "I can't," "I'm not enough," or "it's too late" carries energy that influences our habits, our choices, and ultimately, the life we create. Conversely, every "I am capable," "I am worthy," or "I am living the life I love" plants seeds that grow into tangible change. A beautiful way to connect to this in the natural world is to think about the way rivers carve their paths. The water doesn't shout, it doesn't struggle, it simply flows, following the course defined by the landscape. Your inner words are like that water. They shape the path of your life quietly, persistently, and powerfully. If your inner speech is negative, the river carves obstacles and resistance into your life. If your inner speech is positive, faith-filled, and aligned, it carves a path towards fulfillment and possibility. Neville also emphasized that feeling is essential. It's not enough to imagine a scene. You must feel it as if it were real. You close your eyes and picture a life where you are fully thriving. Notice how it feels in your body. What's the energy in your chest, your hands, your feet? Speak internally to yourself in words of affirmation that match that feeling. I am fulfilled. I am at peace. I am living the life I love. Neville taught that the combination of imagination, inner speech, and feeling is the engine of creation. Here's a simple exercise you can try today. Take a quiet moment, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Think of one aspect of your life you want to transform. Perhaps your career, relationships, your health, or even self-confidence. Visualize the end state as if it were already true. Imagine the scene in great detail, the sights, the sounds, the feelings. Internally, speak affirmations aligned with this reality. I am thriving. I am loved. I am abundant. Hold that feeling for 1 to 2 minutes, letting it resonate in your body and mind. Repeat this daily. It may feel subtle at first, but over time, the inner speech will begin to influence your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and your outer reality will start to reflect it. I often remind myself that Neville's wisdom is not about forcing life to conform to our desires or ignoring challenges. It's about consciously choosing the words we say to ourselves, imagining the reality we wish to create, and aligning our feelings with that vision. Life is not about battling circumstances, it's about directing our inner dialogue with intention and love, and letting the outer world respond naturally. And here's one more thing I found powerful. Combine Neville's inner speech with Florence's spoken word. Speak affirmations aloud in the morning while you imagine your desired reality. Allow your voice to carry your faith, your belief, and your intention. Your spoken words reinforce your inner words, bridging imagination and manifestation. If Neville Goddard invites us to imagine and feel the life we desire, and Florence Scovel Shinn teaches us to speak our words as sacred wands of creation, then Napoleon Hill gives us the discipline to make this process consistent, practical, and transformative. He called it autosuggestion, the deliberate, repeated use of affirmations and mental impressions to train the subconscious mind and align it with our conscious desires. Napoleon Hill's core insight was simple but profound. What we repeatedly impress upon our subconscious becomes reality. If we allow fear, doubt, or negative beliefs to replay constantly, our subconscious absorbs them as truth. But if we consistently feed it with faith, vision, and affirmation, it responds by shaping our thoughts, behaviors, and circumstances towards those ideals. I remember a time when I personally needed this discipline. In the early days of discovering these teachings, I was caught in a cycle of hesitation. I wanted to create change, more confidence, more joy, more alignment with my true purpose. But my mind kept circling back to the old self-doubt. I could feel the possibilities, but I wasn't living them yet. Hill's autosuggestion practice offered a bridge between vision and reality. By repeating carefully crafted statements each day, I began to retrain my inner dialogue and slowly shift the outcomes in my life. Here's how it works. Start by creating a short, clear statement of what you want to experience. It must be positive, in the present tense, and emotionally charged. For example, I am living in abundance, joy, and love every day. I am confident, capable, and fully supported in all that I do. I attract people and experiences that uplift, inspire, and empower me. The next step is repetition. Hill emphasized that these statements could be repeated multiple times each day, ideally morning and night, while visualizing the reality is fully present. This isn't rote recitation. It's a deliberate, heartfelt communication with your subconscious paired with belief and feeling. Think about your mind like fertile soil. If negative words and self-doubt are seeds of weeds, your mental landscape will be overgrown with limitation. Autosuggestion is like planting intentional seeds of growth, watering them daily with emotion and attention. Over time, those seeds take root, sprout, and blossom into thoughts, feelings, and actions that align with your desired reality. Here's a story from someone I coached, which perfectly illustrates this principle. A man named David came to me, frustrated with his career. He'd been stuck in the same position for years and felt invisible despite his talents. His inner dialogue was filled with phrases like, "I'll never get promoted," and "I'm not seen for my work." We worked together to craft powerful autosuggestion statements. I am recognized and valued for my work, and I am moving effortlessly toward opportunities that excite me. David committed to repeating these statements each morning and evening, pairing them with visualization, seeing himself confidently presenting ideas in meetings, receiving praise, and taking steps towards projects that thrilled him. Within weeks, his energy shifted, colleagues began noticing him, and a promotion he had been desiring for a long time materialized. The words repeated with belief reshaped not just his mindset, but also his reality. Hill also emphasized the importance of emotion. You cannot simply speak words. You must feel them. Your subconscious does not distinguish between what is imagined and what is real if the feeling is authentic. Emotion is the bridge between thought and manifestation. It's what gives words their power. Imagine walking in nature. You plant a seed, but it's not enough to drop it on the soil. you water it, you tend to it, give it sunlight and allow it to grow. Emotion is like the water and sunlight for your inner seeds. A practical daily practice could look very much like this. For your morning ritual, upon waking, recite 2 to 3 affirmations aloud. Visualize them as your lived reality and feel the corresponding emotions in your body. For your midday check-in, pause during the day. Take a few deep breaths and silently affirm your statements to realign your energy with your intentions. And in the evening, for reflection before bed, repeat your affirmations again. This time, imagining the experiences of the day in alignment with your desires. Visualize moments where you embodied these truths. Hill's teaching reminds us that consistency is key. You may not see immediate results, but the subconscious mind is always at work. Over time, the thoughts and feelings you repeat consciously become the patterns that shape your reality. In my own life, combining Hill's disciplined approach with Neville's imagination and Florence's spoken word has been transformative. For instance, when I was preparing to relaunch my channel after a 2-year pause, I repeated affirmations rooted in these teachings. I'm fully aligned with my purpose. My message reaches and inspires those who need it most. I am supported in every step of my journey. Saying these words daily, feeling them in my body, and imagining the outcome allowed me to move through fear and hesitation with clarity and confidence. So as you explore autosuggestion, remember that your words, both spoken and internal, are shaping the very foundation of your life. They are your wand, your river, and your sunlight. Treat them with intention, care, and love. Speak the life you wish to live, repeat it faithfully, and watch as the universe responds in alignment. If Florence Scovel Shinn reminds us that our words are sacred wands, and Neville Goddard teaches us to reimagine our desired reality, and Napoleon Hill shows us how to train the subconscious mind through repetition, then Dr. Joe Dispenza bridges it all with the science of how words shape the brain, emotions, and energy. His teachings remind us that our internal dialogue is not just poetic, it's physiological. Every word we speak or think triggers a cascade of chemical reactions that shape our thoughts, feelings, and even our health. Dr. Dispenza often emphasizes that the brain does not distinguish between an actual experience and a vividly imagined one. When we think, speak, or feel in alignment with our desired reality, our nervous system responds as if it's happening in the present moment. This is why our words carry energy. They literally influence the chemistry of our body. Fear, doubt, or negative self-talk creates stress hormones that reinforce limitation. Conversely, words and thoughts grounded in possibility, love, and faith generate neurochemicals that support growth, resilience, and creativity. I remember a time when I experienced this personally. During my 2-year pause from YouTube, I would often feel stuck, anxious about my next steps, and uncertain if I could truly relaunch my channel with authenticity. I began experimenting with consciously aligning my words, both spoken and internal, with the reality I wanted to create. Instead of thinking, I don't know if I'm ready, I shifted to, I'm stepping into my purpose with clarity, courage, and joy. Each time I repeated this phrase aloud, while taking deep breaths and visualizing the outcome, I could physically feel the tension in my chest soften, my thoughts settle, and a sense of possibility arise. Dispenza also teaches about the importance of elevated emotions. Words alone are powerful, but when combined with genuine feelings of gratitude, love, and excitement, they rewire neural circuits, creating new energy pathways in the body and transform habits at a cellular level. Imagine your words like a gentle river, flowing with intention, and your emotions as the water that gives the river its depth, speed, and direction. The two together become unstoppable forces for transformation. Here's an example from my own coaching practice. I worked with a woman named Emily who had been struggling with self-worth for years. She would describe herself using negative language. I'm too late. I've missed my chance. I'm not enough. Using Dispenza's approach, we shifted the focus from mere repetition of affirmations to combining words with elevated emotions. Emily would repeat, I am worthy of love, success, and joy, while visualizing herself experiencing those feelings, receiving recognition at work, enjoying meaningful relationships, and feeling joy in daily moments. The results were striking. Within weeks, her brain and body began to respond differently. She felt lighter, more confident, and naturally attracted opportunities that aligned with her new internal state. For a simple practical exercise you can try today, follow these steps. First, identify a desired outcome. Choose one area of your life where you wish to create change. It could be relationships, health, career, or even personal growth. Next, craft an affirmative statement. Phrase it in the present tense, positively, and as if it were already happening. For example, I am attracting abundance and joy into my life. I am fully confident and capable in all that I do. Now, pair this with elevated emotions. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and feel what it would be like if that statement were true. Allow gratitude, love, and excitement to rise in your body. Speak it aloud. Let your voice carry the intention as if you are declaring it to the universe. Notice the physical sensations in your chest, shoulders, and face. The body responds to words just as it responds to experience. The final step is to repeat this daily. Morning and evening are ideal, but even a few moments throughout the day realigns your energy and strengthens new neural pathways. This practice bridges science and spirit. Dispenza explains that our thoughts, emotions, and words create energy patterns that influence our physiology, behavior, and the circumstances we attract. When we speak positively, imagine vividly, and feel deeply, we are literally sculpting our own experience. It's the science behind the magic that Shinn, Goddard, and Hill have long described. To tie it back to the natural world, think about planting a tree. You choose the seed, prepare the soil, water it, and provide sunlight. Your consistent care shapes how it grows, how strong it becomes, and how it contributes to the ecosystem. Words, thoughts, and emotions are like seeds in the fertile soil of your mind-body system. When cultivated with care, intention, and love, they blossom into tangible, life-changing results. Before we move into the next section, here's a gentle reminder. Every word you speak, every thought you entertain, every feeling you cultivate, these are not trivial. They are your creative tools, your wands, your instruments for shaping reality. The combination of Florence's spoken word, Neville's inner visualization, Hill's disciplined repetition, and Dispenza's neuroscience gives us a holistic approach. Imagination, language, discipline, and energy all aligned to manifest a life of purpose, joy, and abundance. Now that we've explored the perspectives of Florence Scovel Shinn, Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill, and Dr. Joe Dispenza, the next step is bringing their teachings into a cohesive daily practice. Each offers a unique doorway into the same truth. You are our creator, and your words, thoughts, feelings, and actions shape your experience. Together, they provide a complete toolkit for transformation. Florence Scovel Shinn taught us that spoken words carry energy. They are like wands that shape our reality. Neville Goddard reminds us that the words we hold in our imagination are equally potent. So, step 1 is to align your inner speech with your outer declarations. Begin by noticing the words you use about yourself, your life, and your future. Are they limiting or empowering? Choose one area of your life you want to transform. Create an inner statement and an outward affirmation. For example, for your inner statement, I am living fully in joy, love, and abundance. Your spoken statement, I am open to miracles and blessings today. Practice this every day. This alignment bridges what's inside with what you project outwardly. The inner and outer words reinforce one another, creating a resonant field of energy that supports transformation. Napoleon Hill's autosuggestion is the discipline tool that trains the subconscious. Dispenza shows us the physiological impact. Repeated thoughts and words create energy patterns in the brain and body. By combining them, we can literally rewire our mind for success and joy. Write down 2 to 3 affirmations or goals in the present tense. Pair them with visualization and elevated emotion. Imagine seeing yourself living them now and feel the joy, gratitude, and confidence as if it's real. Repeat this consistently, ideally twice a day. Consistency is what transforms a statement into a belief that drives action. Think of your subconscious like fertile soil. Hill teaches us to plant the seeds carefully. Dispenza reminds us to nurture them with emotion and energy. Neglect or negative self-talk produces weeds. Intentional words and feeling create flourishing growth. All of this is not just theory, it's practical. Grounding these practices in daily life allows them to take root. Here are some suggestions. In the morning, take 5 to 10 minutes outside. Breathe deeply, speak your affirmations aloud, and visualize your ideal reality. Feel the energy in your body, your connection to the earth, and the support of the natural world. At midday, pause for a brief reflection. Notice any negative self-talk or limiting beliefs. Replace them with empowering words and a quick visualization. Even a minute of mindful, intentional thought realigns your energy. In the evening, before bed, write down 3 experiences from your day that reflect alignment with your goals. Pair this with your affirmations and a visualization of your ongoing transformation. This combination of imagination, spoken word, autosuggestion, and neuroscience creates a full circle practice that rewires your mind, body, and environment. Let me share a story from my own journey. During my 2-year pause from the channel, I was navigating my own transformation, a blend of self-doubt, hope, and curiosity about my purpose. I began applying all 4 teachers. I spoke affirmations aloud each morning. I am guided, I am supported, my work inspires and uplifts others. I visualized my ideal reality as if it already existed. The relaunch of my channel, connecting with people seeking transformation, feeling fulfilled in my ministry. I repeated written affirmations daily, letting them imprint on my subconscious. I am a vessel for wisdom and inspiration. My message reaches those who need it most. I combined all of this with focused, elevated emotion, gratitude, excitement, love, noticing the physical sensations in my body. Over time, this practice shifted not just my mindset, but my energy, confidence, and opportunities. I relaunched the channel with clarity, authenticity, and alignment. The outer world responded to my inner transformation. By consistently applying these practices, you create a ripple effect. Your thoughts, words, and emotions influence your actions, which then reshape your outer world. You are no longer passively experiencing life. You are consciously co-creating it. Let me leave you with this thought. You are not a passive observer in your life. You are the author, the director, and the actor. The words you speak, the thoughts you nurture, and the emotions you cultivate are the instruments of your creation. If this video resonated, I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might benefit from learning how to consciously shape their world. And don't forget, the workbook is available to support you as you step fully into your power. Remember, you are not just dreaming, you are creating. Every word, every thought, every feeling matters.